Today we are going to rank my fountain pens. All these. Welcome back to Stormin' Norman Says. I'm Stormin' Norman. Must mean I have some things to say. Got some things to rank today is what we're going to do. And today is July 3rd, but I'm probably not going to put this video out till tomorrow. So happy Independence Day to you, my Americano friends. If you don't live in America, happy Friday. But it's raining. It actually ain't so bad now. It was raining cats and dogs earlier. The internet ain't working. So I figured, might as well make a video. Here, you want to see what it looks like raining outside? Every day this week, I've drove home from work in the pouring rain, which ain't terrible. You know, it makes your air conditioner work better. But anyway, today we're going to do some pen rankings. We're going to rank all my fountain pens, which, you know, I don't have any, you know, high-end fountain pens. I got basically all budget fountain pens because I'm a cheapskate, okay? But I got a bunch of budget fountain pens that we're going to rank, and at the end of the video we'll give you some updates, some channel updates. I got some news. Yeah, got some news. Stick around. But let's get started. We're going to start off with the disposables. I have two disposable fountain pens, and we're going to kind of put them in their own category since they're, you know, disposable. But I don't even know if this one has a name. It just says Zebra fountain pen. Let me put my camera in product mode. Alright, there we go. Now I had to change the battery too. I might buy me a different battery charger. There's just no way these batteries are dying this fast. Anyway, like I said, we got the Zebra fountain pen. That's all it says. Doesn't say what kind it is or anything. And I've had this thing. Let's check Amazon, see if my internet will work. Apparently I didn't buy it on Amazon. I must have bought it from JetPens instead. But I've had it 4 years, 5 years. It's been a minute since I bought it. It was kind of like I wanted to get into fountain pens, and I suggest this to you if you're wanting to get into it. Even though some of these fountain pens I have on the table here are just as cheap as this. But if you want to get into fountain pens but you're not sure you want to deal with the hassle of cleaning, these are a pretty good option. So I got the Zebra fountain pen that I said I've had for years, and I got a Pilot Varsity. I kept hearing people, this be one of the pens that people recommended for new people that, you know, just get into it. So I thought I'd give it a try. I think it's a medium. That's strange. I don't never buy a medium. But Pilot Varsity, a medium. The Zebra, I don't see where it says. I don't think it says what it is on the nib. So which one of these do I like? If we're ranking pens today, and these don't count toward the other ones, in the disposable category, which one of these do I like the most? The Zebra. I like the Zebra better than the Varsity. I just didn't like the way the Varsity wrote. I definitely can't stand the clip on it. That is the cheapest daggone clip I've ever seen in my life. And it's ugly. And the Zebra clip ain't much better, but at least it's not ugly. At least it's cool looking, you know. And I like the way the Zebra writes better than the Varsity. So I took the Varsity to work, and it sat on my cut table for probably over a year, never getting used. And they sit like this, cap up all the time, and they always write. When I take the cap off of them, they don't ever seem to dry up, even when I leave them sitting up like that for, you know, months on end. But let's get into the meat and potatoes. Okay, where's my list? Number 12. You're not going to be surprised by this at all. The Jinhao 82. I know every time I mention this pen I call it a different number because I can't remember what number it is. But I wrote down here Jinhao 82, so we're just going to go with that. The Jinhao 82, everything about this pen is awesome. The colors are cool. Granted, you can get it in other colors. The ivory, black, and gold accents on it are just sweet. Love that color combination. The cap, maybe a turn and a half to get it off. The nib, silver with the gold on the tip there. Just pen just looks like elegance. Just looks like elegance. Writes like an absolute turd though. I don't know what's wrong with the nib. I got my magnifying glass. Not that I'll be able to see it, but we'll give it a shot. Yeah. I don't know what's wrong with the nib, but something ain't right about the nib. It writes like you're trying to, like if you're trying to cut paper with a box cutter, that's kind of how this writes. It feels like you're not writing letters, you're cutting them out of the paper is what it feels like. Like I said, there could be some people out there that know how to take care of that, how to fix it. Moving on, number 11. This is a pen, I don't know if I've ever actually mentioned it on the channel. Maybe when I did my fountain pens for pores videos last year, I might have mentioned it. But y'all never see this pen because I don't like it. It is the Diplomat Magnum. There's no cartridge, so it looks weird. This is one of the pens when I first started buying up fountain pens. I would watch videos on YouTube, something like, you know, best fountain pens for beginners and whatnot and stuff like that. And this was a pen that got recommended a lot. So I bought it. Luckily it wasn't the first one I bought, because if it had been the first one I bought, I might not have bought any more after this. But the problem with this one, and it might just be this pen. It might just be this pen. Maybe every other pen is perfectly fine. But the problem with this one is the consistency wasn't there. Like you would be writing with it and it might finish the letter or it might just stop. So it was like skipping a whole lot while I was writing with it. So I quit using it for a couple months, and then I was like, I'm going to give that thing another shot. I broke it back out. It was still doing the same thing. So put it away, screw that pen, I don't want to use it anymore. And then eventually I'd get it back out, ink it back up, and be like, so about 2 or 3 times I gave this pen a second chance, and it always does the same thing. It always just skips on the paper, and it's not consistent. And it's not even a good looking pen. Just if I'm being honest with you, like if one of my pens on the table here that are higher up on the list wasn't doing too good, like I might care. But this one, like, it don't write well and it's kind of ugly. Number 10, the Muji aluminum body fountain pen. I just watched a video the other day by Mick L, the Offstage Me, and he was doing a review of the new ones. They actually came out with updates for this and the other one that they made that I didn't know they made. But this was a pen I saw, and the thinness is what drew me to it. And my main reason for getting this, let me show you. Well, never mind. I guess I can't find anything anymore in here. But the main reason I bought it was because of the Murdy Creative number 2, I want to say it is. That was the first leather notebook cover I got from Murdy Creative. And if you have ever had one of those, it's held closed by the interlocking pin loop on the edge. And the only problem with that thing is it's made to fit Parker Jotter. It's made to fit a Parker Jotter, and really nothing bigger than that. I was like, I'd really like to put a fountain pen in here because I like writing in my journal with a fountain pen. But I couldn't find, obviously most fountain pens are kind of large. I couldn't find one that fit. This one looked like it would do the job. So I bought it, put it in there, and like I said, this ain't a bad pen. Like, I don't hate this pen at all. Haven't used it in forever. It's a decent pen. My cap don't post very well. That's the only thing I don't like about it. But you don't really need to post it either, though. I mean, there's plenty of pen there. I should ink this up again and use it. But, like, it's cool. It's a good pen, but not a great pen. You know what I'm saying? Next up, the Jinhao 10. This was one you've probably seen the review of not that long ago, because I did it not that long ago, a couple months ago maybe. And I like it. I don't like the grip. I thought the Pilot Vanishing Point was going to be my grail pen. I was like, but I can't afford a $250 pen. I got this just to see. Like, if I get this and I love it, maybe I'll spend the money on the Pilot. But I got this. That clip kind of, like, I can use it. It's fine. I don't, throw it across the room or anything like that. But I don't love it. I don't love that clip being right there where I grip it at. And my other beef with it was it kind of dried out. Like, after 2 weeks or so of not using it, not using it, but not using it frequently. Like, maybe in 2 weeks I might have used it 2 or 3 times, maybe, and it dried up. So it's actually got ink in it right now. Yeah, it's got ink in it right now. Cartridge, I think. So the Jinhao 10. Number 8, another early fountain pen I got. Let's check and see how long ago I bought this, because I know I bought this from Amazon. January of 2023 is when I bought the Black Forest. I don't think... Oh, it is Hongdian. I was about to say I didn't know if they was... Because it was called Moon Man before it was called Hongdian. But it's got this texture on the barrel. Really nice. Cool little finial there. I don't know what that's supposed to be. But it's something. Probably something to do with cats. It's got a friction cap. It is... What does it say on here? Fine nib. Course, and it's a pretty good pen. Another pen that I bought for the simple reason that it was thin, and I thought I could fit it in that Murdy Creative. But also, this is the first pen I bought that had a converter in it, so it was my first. All the pens I bought before this one, I didn't have a converter, and you had to put a cartridge in them, and I bought this one and it came with a converter, so that was cool. I bought this cheap Pelican ink that I've showed y'all before for this pen because I had a converter. Number 7, the Platinum Preppy. Platinum Preppy. This is another one of those cheap pens. I think it costs like $6 on Amazon. And I ordered this one in March of this year. So just a few months ago. It costs $5.30 right now on Amazon. But this pen writes great. Got no beef with this thing. The only reason it's at number 7 on my list is because I haven't really had it long enough, and it's just a plastic pen. Like, there ain't really nothing special about it. It's kind of like these disposables, except not disposable. But other than that, there's not much difference between them. So don't hate this, kind of like it, but I need to spend some more time with it before we really make up our mind. Number 6, Pilot Kakuno. Is that how you say that? I know some people call it Kakuno and all this other stuff. Kakuno, that's what I'm calling it. And it's got some ink in there, even though it's been sitting here cleaned out for like a long time. I haven't used this pen in a hot minute, but it's a Pilot, so it's great. It's a fine. Got the smiley face on the nib there. Who don't like that, So this is another pen I've been looking at lately. thinking I should ink that up again. You know, I like this pen. I don't like that it don't have a clip. It has this little plastic thing on it that's supposed to keep it from rolling off the table. But I'm also like, why not just put a clip on it? We can do that too. I don't know, that's kind of silly to me, but it's a good pen. Number 5, the recently added Hongdian M2. This thing is dope. I ain't used it in a couple days, and it looks like it has dried out or run out of ink 1. Maybe it ran out. Yep, it ran out. But super awesome pen, especially if you like the Kaweko Sport, but you can't quite bring yourself to pay that premium money for the metal Kaweko Sport. This might be an option. It's aluminum. This one's the black and the blue one. Of course, I showed y'all the black one that we're going to put in the giveaway box. And this pen is the jam. Got the spring-loaded clip. Love it. It's a great pen. Number 4, Lamy Safari. This is one of the first ones I got. Let's check the date on this one. Pretty sure I bought this one from Amazon too. November of 2022. So I've had this one even longer than the other one I showed you. November of 2022. I bought the Lamy Safari charcoal fine nib stealth. Charcoal body, black clip, black nib. The super duper triangle grip that some people love and some people hate. It's the thing about this pen, and I don't know if yours is like this if you have one, it's a tad bit scratchy. And I know I've complained about other pens being scratchy, but this one is just the right amount of scratchy. Like a lot of my favorite pens that you're going to see above this one are smooth as butter. But for some reason, the little bit of scratch that I get with this, I actually like it. I kind of like that feedback a little bit. Let me get up to the microphone, see if I can catch it for y'all. You heard it. So, Lamy Safari at number 4. Number 3, pen I've been taking to work with me the last couple weeks. And I bought a clip for it. I know I mentioned in like the May Ramblethon or something that I was going to get a clip for it, or I finally got one. The Kaweko Sport. The OG in plastic. I got the chrome pocket clip for it, even though it's got gold lettering on it. But love this pen. This is, what do I call this pen? The pen that never dies, even though it's probably about to die. That's part of the reason I've been taking it to work with me today, because I've had this thing inked up for like 8 months, and it has not run out of ink. Like, there was a period I wasn't really using it a lot, but it didn't dry up. It didn't run out of ink. Every time I grab it, I could sit this thing on this desk for a month, pick it up, and it'll write like I never left it. So, part of the reason I've been taking it to work is to get it to run out of ink. Because I probably need to change that cartridge in there. But black, gold nib, it's a fine. And it's just so satisfying. This was the first, I believe this was the first fountain pen I bought that had a screw cap instead of the, most of the first ones I bought all had the friction cap. And this was the first one that had the, you screw it in like that. So Kaweko Sport, number 3. Number 2, the Pilot Metropolitan. This might have been, I believe this was the first fountain pen I got. Let's check. Okay, I ordered this one the day after I ordered the Safari. So I guess the Safari would have come in first. Whichever one of these came in first, I don't know. I don't remember. But the Metropolitan, look at that beauty. I know it's considered a beginner fountain pen how much is it? Like 20 bucks, $25, 30 bucks. It's $30 pen. Nothing much special about it. It is metal, so there is that. Medium nib, I think I got on this one. Yeah, medium nib on this one, because this is, like I said, was like my first fountain pen, so I didn't really know what I was doing. So this is number 2. Y'all are pretty familiar with that one. Number 1, the granddaddy of them all, and you already know, the Twsbi Eco. This pen, like, words can't describe it. Like, it's not the prettiest pen in my collection. I do love the clear. Is that what y'all love too? If you have one of these, because I see when I watch videos about this pen, that's one of the things people mention right up front is how much they love the clear barrel, being able to see the piston and their ink and all that stuff in there. I love that. Screw the cap off, smooth as butter. Fine nib on that mamma jamma. And this thing writes like you dipped it in hot butter and you're writing on a skillet, okay? It writes like there is no metaphor to describe how smooth this pen writes. I'm sure there's more expensive options that are the same or better, but this pen is so good. And you know, I don't love the clip, because when I go to put it in my my pen case here, I'm trying to get it on the elastic. It's not very flexible, kind of a pain in the butt to use the clip, but it's not that big a deal. Taking it apart to clean it, kind of a pain in the butt, but when you put this nib on the paper and it starts to glide, none of that matters. So it is getting kind of low on ink, but we're going to use her till she runs out. I might buy another one. I've been wanting to buy another one. I've seen that coffee colored one and I really kind of want it. So number 1, Twsbi Eco. People talk all the time about, oh, Twsbi Eco's crack. Well, I've not had that happen. I'm not saying that don't happen, but it hasn't happened to mine. Love it. So there's my fountain pens ranked. I definitely appreciate y'all coming along for the ride before we get out of here. And I'll let y'all go enjoy y'all's long holiday weekend. And I go enjoy mine. The channel memberships I talked about in the Ramblethon, I actually have to turn them on. So they kind of neglected to tell me that. So there's a button on my page, my creator page, and I just click it and the channel memberships go active. So we're going to do that tomorrow, which will be today for you if you're watching this video. So I'm going to turn the channel memberships on tomorrow if anybody is interested. I don't know, but just throwing it out there in case you are. If y'all are interested, I guess I better get started making some members only videos. I did get this today. I got a new magic arm, which I have 3 of these already, but this is a different brand. And I'm hoping to attach the arm to the suction cup mount and put it on my windshield of my truck and be able to record some videos while I'm driving. Which I could do that now, but I think this will make it a lot better. And that's in case I decide to do the Stormin' Stories thing I was telling y'all about a while back for the member content. But let's see what happens first, and then we'll worry about what we do for members only content. I've been Stormin' Norman. I have said things. Y'all go enjoy this long weekend. I know I'm going to. See y'all next time.